In a world obsessed with perfection, a world where bodies are scanned, judged, compared, and filtered, falling in love should feel simple. But for an SSBBW woman, love is anything but simple. It's a journey filled with hidden battles, silent fears, and a strength most people never see. This is the reality of dating as an SSBBW woman in the modern world. Before the first message, before the first date, before the first kiss, there's always the look that scans the body, the look that questions your worth, the look that decides who you are based on size. Before knowing anything about your heart, in a world built on unrealistic beauty standards, an SSBW woman becomes a target for judgment. People whisper, "Is she healthy? How does she find someone? Why would a man choose her?" These questions don't reveal truth. They reveal prejudice, and this pressure doesn't just hit the body, it hits the soul. It shapes how she walks, how she speaks, how she loves. It is a weight heavier than any number on a scale. For many SSBBW women, dating begins with a test. Will he have the courage to show up publicly, or only in secret? Because yes, many men like SSBW women. Many admire them, many desire them. But some are afraid. Afraid of what their friends will say. Afraid of being judged. Afraid to stand beside a woman who doesn't fit society's ideal. These men text late at night. They call in private. They say beautiful things, but vanish when it's time to go out in public. And that leaves a painful question behind. Why am I good enough for your DMs, but not for your real life? This is not insecurity. This is the trauma of being hidden. There is another reality, maybe even more painful. Not being hidden, but being fetishized. Some men don't see an SSBW woman as a partner. They see her as a fantasy, a curiosity, an experience to check off a list. They don't want connection. They don't want affection. They want thrills, secrets, and stories to brag about. And because of that, many SSBW women live with a silent fear. Does he like me? Or does he like his fantasy of me? This fear destroys trust. It makes love feel dangerous. But here is what the world doesn't see. SSBBW women are stronger than they look. Not because of confidence quotes, not because of trends, but because they had to be. They faced judgment their entire lives. They heard comments that could break anyone. They were forced to build self-love from the ground up. With no applause, no validation, this is not fragile confidence. This is warrior confidence. So when an SSBBW woman loves, she loves deeply. She loves honestly. She loves fully. Not because she needs someone, but because she knows her worth even when others don't. And yes, real love exists. Love that doesn't hide. Love that doesn't make excuses. Love that holds her hand in public, smiles proudly beside her, and sees beauty without hesitation. There are men who admire her confidence, her presence, her softness, her energy, her soul. Men who aren't afraid of comments. Men who don't care about society's rules. Men who want a partner, not a secret, not a fantasy. And when an SSBBW woman finds a man like this, the love is deeper, stronger, and more real than most people will ever experience. Because it's built on truth, respect, and courage. Dating as an SSBW woman is more than romance. It's an act of rebellion. It's saying, I refuse to shrink for your comfort. I refuse to hide for your approval. I refuse to apologize for my existence. It is choosing life without fear, choosing confidence without permission, choosing love that is real, not filtered. This is freedom. This is self-respect. This is power. Being an SSBW woman in the modern world is not a limitation. It's identity. It's story. It's resilience. It's beauty in its most raw and honest form. And dating while living this truth proves one thing. Real love is for the brave. The brave who stand up against judgment. The brave who choose authenticity. The brave who see beyond appearance. In the end, what defines a relationship isn't the size of the body, but the size of the heart. And loving an SSBBW woman, that is a privilege. A powerful, transformative, unforgettable experience that no standard and no society can measure.